Hey everybody, it is September 8th. My watch is off. I have to fix that. September 8th, 2007. I am Sonic Sons, and I'm here to talk about awkwardness, as I recently experienced a moment ago, and I'm sure we all have been through, to varying degrees at varying times in various places. I've said in previous videos, I don't know if I'm supposed to count as an introvert or an extrovert or what. And in general, I don't like personality tests. Because we always get these questions where it's like, they want to put you in this box or that box. I'm like, I'm in both boxes. What are you talking about? So, on the one hand, I'm working on, like, my idea stuff, and that's very much just in my own brain, and I often, I'm just walking off by myself, and I'm swinging random keys around. That'd be the introvert side. Like, I can go for days without talking to anybody, and that's okay. Except when I take it too far for like months at a time, which is kind of what I did last year in college. Made a video about that, called it Spiritual Malnutrition. You can see that if you want. On the other hand, I can be quite an extrovert with, hey, all this video stuff that I'm putting out into the world, and I love to hear all the responses from various people that I don't even know that apparently like my stuff, hey, and all these things, and I don't know, like I have, like when Halo 2 came out, I did so many LAN parties, it was crazy. So many times. Just setting the thing up would take so long, but it was fun, because Halo is awesome, despite the fact that other people seem to love PC shooters. I'm not gonna get into that. So awkwardness. Where does it come from? Where does it go? I just went to this thing. I think like a barbecue, a Save Darfur barbecue thing, and you paid for it and got some food, and presumably saved Darfur in the meantime. Which I hope a barbecue can do that. As far as I tell, the problems of the place are rather big. I found myself with a whole bunch of people I don't know. And they're playing this loud music I don't really like. I'm sitting around and what do I do here? The thing with awkwardness is, like, the longer you stand around awkwardly, the more compelled you feel to keep doing just that. You think it would be the opposite. You think, like, after half an hour, you're like, okay, I gotta start talking to people. I have to, and sometimes you do that, but, like, it generally grows in you, like, you feel like, well, I haven't talked to anybody so far, so I guess I'll just not talk to people anymore at all in the first place. What? Like, you've established yourself as being outside the crowd here, and say, I'm just gonna sit here outside the... Do I talk to people? Because then, like, you would reveal the fact that you'd been awkward in the first place. And if you sit around for 10 minutes, and then it's like, so what's your name? And then it's like, why didn't you ask me in the 10 minutes you were sitting there? Or at least that's what you imagine people respond. In real life, it works a little bit better, depending on who you're talking to, I guess. It's generally nice to, get engaged with conversation over, if you're interested in that. Sometimes, I know, I'm thinking about things. We were having auditions for an improv group thing. Anyway, there were like a whole bunch of people, and like I started like composing a song in my head. And I ended up just kind of walking around and I just keep moving my hand for some reason. I always move my hand when I'm thinking, and someone like eventually asked me, "Are you all right?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm just composing a symphony," kind of thing. I should get around to writing these things down. But other times, you're just like, so awkwardness seems to stem logical thought. It's never like, well, let's see here. What is my problem? This is what I should do. It's just like this. And then eventually maybe you meet some people, and then like it all evaporates, and it's like, oh, what were we worried about in the first place now? What were we... I don't know. It's rather weird stuff. And, I guess it affects all of us from time to time. I almost wish like you could just like sense people's thoughts of like whether or not they want to talk to you and what subjects they'd be available to talk to about. Even like like random strangers. Like maybe you have this little buttons like I feel like talking to random strangers today, and like get on the bus and sit there and Wait for someone to strike up a conversation because you're bored otherwise. Or all this other stuff. I don't know. Certainly when we get onto a topic that I know I can talk about, like my creative projects, I can go on for hours. And then generally get afraid of boring people. Which apparently is what I do, because once I stop talking, hardly anyone ever says, well, what else do you think about? Yes, it's like, there's some other subject now. I don't know. And like Awkwardness itself, this video does not have a grand point to it, other than the fact that, I guess, you know, something we all deal with. And, it's pretty stupid, isn't it? Thanks for watching. See you later.